Chosen one, before we go any further, I need you to slow down. Take a breath. Because this message did not arrive randomly. It wasn't suggested by accident. And it certainly wasn't clicked by chance. This is a divine interruption. God is speaking to those who have cried in silence. Those who held it together in public but broke down in private. Those who were strong for everyone else while quietly bleeding on the inside. This message is for the ones who kept showing up, even when nobody noticed how much it cost you. Chosen one, God saw every tear they never saw, and heaven has been keeping count. You weren't weak for crying. You weren't dramatic for feeling deeply. You weren't forgotten when no one checked on you. You were being recorded. And now, God is rewarding you. Stay with me until the end of this message, because what God is about to release into your life is not just restoration, it is divine repayment. There were tears you wiped away quickly, because you didn't want to explain yourself. Tears you cried at night so no one would ask questions. Tears that fell in bathrooms, cars, empty rooms, and quiet prayers. You learned how to cry without making noise. How to suffer without being seen. How to carry pain without letting it spill. And people assumed you were fine. They called you strong. They said, "You always handle things so well." They leaned on you, never realizing how heavy your own heart was. But here's what heaven wants you to know. God never missed a single tear. Scripture says He stores them in a bottle. Not metaphorically, intimately. That means every breakdown mattered. Every silent ache was registered. You weren't ignored. You were being trusted. God allowed you to feel deeply because your heart is sacred. And what feels like emotional exhaustion was actually spiritual investment. Chosen one, you were sowing tears into the soil of your future. This part is hard to hear, but freeing. God allowed you to cry in private, because public sympathy would have contaminated the process. If people had seen how much you were hurting, they would have tried to rescue you too soon. They would have interfered with what God was doing in you. Some seasons must be walked alone, so that your reward can be undeniable. God was building something in you that didn't need applause. It needed endurance. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Every tear strengthened your discernment. Every disappointment sharpened your wisdom. Every heartbreak refined your spirit. And now, you carry a depth that cannot be faked. Chosen one, listen carefully. The same people who never saw your tears will soon see your elevation, and they won't understand how it happened so suddenly, because they didn't witness the cost. Let's break this lie once and for all. You didn't cry because you were fragile. You cried because you were real. You cared deeply. You loved sincerely. You hoped honestly. You didn't numb yourself. You didn't harden your heart. You didn't become cold just to survive. And that's why the pain felt heavier. But God does not reward numbness. He rewards faithful hearts. You kept believing when it hurt to hope. You kept praying when it felt pointless. You kept giving when you were running on empty. Chosen one, that kind of integrity cannot go unpaid. The tears that drained you are the same tears that qualified you. Chosen one, this part may stir something deep inside you, because it touches a wound you didn't fully get to grieve. There were people you expected to stand beside you. People who promised they would never leave. People who knew your story, your heart, your struggles. And yet, when life got heavy, when the season grew uncomfortable, when you needed support instead of strength, they disappeared. Some didn't even say goodbye. Some slowly faded, replying less, showing up less, caring less. Others watched you struggle from a distance and chose silence. And that hurt in ways you never fully explained. You asked yourself questions you never voiced out loud. Was I too much? Did I ask for too much? Did I change? You replayed conversations in your head, wondering what you did wrong. But hear this clearly, chosen one. Their leaving was not a reflection of your worth. It was a revelation of their capacity. God was watching who could love you when it was inconvenient, who could stay when you were not at your best, who could honor you when you had nothing to offer but honesty. Some people were assigned to enjoy the version of you that gave, helped, encouraged, and uplifted. but they were not assigned to carry you when you were tired. And God allowed that truth to surface. Not to wound you, but to free you. Because if they had stayed artificially, they would have drained you in your next season. Chosen one, listen closely. God will never elevate you while allowing unqualified people to remain attached to your destiny. So He began the separation quietly. No dramatic confrontation. No loud betrayal. Just distance. Just fading. Just silence. And that silence felt personal. But heaven saw something else. God was protecting the reward that was coming toward you. Some people had access to your tears, but would have demanded access to your blessings. Some wanted proximity to your light, without respect for the oil that cost you your pain. And God said, no. So He watched who stayed when there was nothing to gain. And He took note of who left when love required effort. Chosen one, you didn't lose people. You lost limitations. You lost the ceiling they would have placed over your life. You lost the opinions that would have delayed your obedience. You lost the attachments that would have made you shrink in your next season. It hurt because you loved genuinely. It hurt because you believed deeply. It hurt because you didn't give halfway. But your pain was not wasted. The same God who allowed them to exit is the same God preparing divine replacements. People who won't disappear when things get heavy. People who won't compete with your calling. People who won't require you to dim your light to stay connected. Chosen one, God was watching. He saw who stayed silent when you needed prayer. He saw who showed up when you had nothing to offer. He saw who only clapped when it benefited them. And He is adjusting your circle accordingly. Your next season will not be crowded, but it will be covered. And you will no longer beg for presents. Because God is about to surround you with people who recognize your value without being convinced. Let them go. They served their purpose. What's coming next requires lighter attachments and purer alignment. And this time, whoever stays will be sent by God. Hear this clearly. God is not rewarding you with closure. He is not giving you a lesson and calling it a blessing. He is not saying, at least you grew. No. God is rewarding you tangibly. What you cried over will be replaced with peace. What you lost will be restored in a higher form. What broke your heart will no longer have power over you. Your reward includes an emotional peace, a spiritual authority, a financial stability, a divine relationships, or a softened heart without vulnerability to abuse, or an rest without guilt. Chosen one, this is not a consolation prize. This is repayment. Chosen one, this is where many people get confused. You expected the breakthrough to be loud. You thought the blessing would arrive with celebration, applause, messages, announcements. A visible moment where everything finally made sense. But instead, things became quiet. No dramatic shift. No instant evidence. No public confirmation. And you wondered, did I miss something? Did it already pass me by? No. The blessing is coming quietly. Because God is protecting you from shock. You have survived too much chaos to be thrown into overflow without preparation. God is not rushing your reward. He is stabilizing your spirit. Before God changes your circumstances, He changes your nervous system. Before He increases your platform, He increases your peace. Before He releases abundance, He releases rest. Chosen one, hear this. If God gave you everything at once, your body would still be in survival mode. Your mind would still expect loss. And your heart would still brace for disappointment. So God begins with silence. Not the silence of absence, but the silence of safety. You may notice your thoughts slowing down, your reactions softening, your sleep improving without explanation. Things that once triggered you no longer hold the same power. That is not stagnation. That is healing. God is gently teaching your soul that it no longer has to stay on guard. Chosen one, peace is the first sign that the blessing is real. Noise excites the flesh. Peace confirms the spirit. That's why God moves quietly first. Because when the blessing comes, He wants you present enough to enjoy it. Not anxious. Not suspicious. not waiting for it to disappear, but rooted. Another reason the blessing is coming quietly is because God is restoring your trust, not in people, but in Him. Your faith has been strong, but your expectations have been bruised. So God starts by rebuilding your inner assurance. He lets you feel safe again, before He asks you to dream again. Chosen one, notice this. You are no longer chasing. You are no longer forcing. You are no longer explaining yourself. That calm you feel? That detachment from proving your worth? That is alignment. God is realigning your desires, so you don't sabotage the blessing when it arrives. And yes, some people will overlook this season. They won't clap yet. They won't notice the shift. They won't understand why you're quieter, slower, more selective. Let them. God hides blessings until the vessel is ready. The loud reward is coming, but it will come after you are anchored. Chosen one, this quiet season is where God finishes the work. That pain started. This is where your heart learns to receive, without fear. And when the visible blessing arrives, it won't overwhelm you. It will belong to you, because you will finally be at peace with having good things. There were moments you wanted to quit, moments you felt tired of being strong, moments you questioned whether it was worth it. But something in you wouldn't let go. That wasn't stubbornness. That was God. The same God who counted your tears was also carrying you when you were too tired to carry yourself. You didn't survive because you were powerful. You survived because you were chosen. And chosen ones are preserved for purpose. Chosen one, this is not a motivational moment. This is not poetry. This is not positive thinking. This is a spiritual declaration. So if you can, pause for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Open your hands. Because what is about to be spoken is meant to be received. Chosen one, hear this in your spirit. The season where you cried in confusion is closing. The chapter where you questioned your worth is ending. The cycle of carrying pain silently is breaking now. By the authority of the Most High, I declare that the weight you have been carrying is lifting off your spirit. You will no longer wake up tired from battles you fought in your sleep. Your mind is being renewed. Your heart is being softened without being exposed. Your emotions are being healed without being numbed. Chosen one, I declare, what once triggered you will no longer control you. What once drained you will no longer follow you. What once delayed you will no longer define you. The tears you shed in private have completed their assignment. They watered your faith. They strengthened your discernment. They prepared you for peace. And now, by divine timing, your tears are turning into testimony. I declare that doors are opening, that you no longer have to force. Opportunities are aligning, that no longer require exhaustion. People are being sent, who recognize your value without explanation. Chosen one, you will no longer beg to be understood. You will be recognized. I declare restoration over your joy. Not surface happiness, but deep, steady peace. I declare rest over your body, clarity over your mind, and confidence over your decisions. You will trust yourself again. You will hear God clearly again. You will move without fear again. I declare that what the enemy tried to use to harden your heart has instead refined your compassion. You are wiser, not bitter. You are guarded, not closed. You are healed, not hardened. Chosen one, receive this. Your obedience is being rewarded. Your patience is being honored. Your endurance is being repaid. What you lost will return differently, stronger, purer, aligned. What you prayed for is closer than you think. What you've been waiting on is already in motion. I declare divine acceleration, without chaos. I declare abundance, without anxiety. I declare elevation, without isolation. And most importantly, I declare peace that remains, even when circumstances shift. Chosen one, you are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are positioned. And from this moment forward, your life will begin to reflect the healing that has already taken place inside of you. Receive it. Rest in it. Walk in it. It is done. Chosen one, your tears were seeds. Your pain was preparation. Your silence was sacred. And now, your season is changing. God is rewarding you for every tear they never saw. And what's coming will be worth everything you endured. Stay ready. Stay grounded. Stay open. Because heaven is not finished with you yet. Chosen one, before you go, I want to speak to the givers, the ones whose hearts feel called to pour back into the vessel that pours into them. If this message awakened you, if it strengthened you, if it spoke to your spirit in a way only heaven could orchestrate, then I invite you, only if your heart feels led, to sow a $1 seed into this channel. Not because God needs it, but because giving is a spiritual law. A small seed carries big obedience. And God multiplies what is given with pure intention. Your $1 keeps this ministry alive, keeps the messages flowing, and helps this word reach the next chosen one who needs it. If you feel that nudge in your spirit, if you feel that gentle pull, you can plant your $1 seed using the link in the description. And if you can't or don't feel led, you are still loved, still seen, and still covered. Blessings to every giver, and blessings to every listener. Your seed moves heaven in ways you may never see. But God sees it all,